Okay, we are going to make a whole bunch of banana bread ready to go in these jars because I'm tired of buying bananas and then forgetting about them, planning to make banana bread and then having to throw them away. So we have 6 bananas, nice and sweet and brown. You want them to be brown or they won't be sweet and they won't add enough moisture to your batter to keep it a nice crispy, or not crispy, damn it, a moist, oh, screw it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to mix all the dry ingredients in the jars so that the next time we get bananas, like we have right here, we're going to have a jar where we could just throw the bananas in there, bake them, and not have to keep throwing the bananas in the garbage. All right. And yes, you can put them in the freezer, but my freezer keeps getting so full of bananas that they fall out every time you open the door. So that's not going to work. First, you're going to need some sugar. I'm not sure how many. Yeah, let's just make, we're going to make 4. Oh, there's my 1 cup measurement. I couldn't find that anywhere. Dang it. Needed that. We're adding 1 cup of sugar to each one of these jars. And you can make as many as you're going to be able to use in a 6-month period, because this is going to stay good for 6 months. At least 6 months. Probably be a year and a half if you don't add the nuts at the end. Start the oven, because we are going to bake these right away, because these bananas are not going to last another day. 350 degrees on the bananas. And I have 6 bananas, so that's going to make 2 loaves, or each one of these loaves is going to make 4 mini loaves. And we're making mini loaves. I'm just using peanut oil, and I'm going to do this over the sink so I don't overspray the entire kitchen. We're going to need some flour. All right, oh, there is my 1/2 cup measurement. Dang it. Is that the 1/2 cup? Yep, there's my 1/2 cup. See? What the heck? Hey, into each one of these jars, we're going to add 1. Oops, and 1/2 cups of flour. 1.5. Now go to that one there. I literally have like exactly enough flour in here to do 1.5. All right, time to wash it and start over. That doesn't happen all that often. Sit the set. Okay, screw it. And we are also done with this. What are we doing now? Oh, that's right. We're making some damn banana bread in jars. Okay, we're going to need some salt. 1/2 teaspoon of salt to each jar. 1/2 teaspoon there. And 1/2 teaspoon here. Done with that. Now you're going to need some baking soda. 1 teaspoon into each jar. A 1. Might be easier to put these in a line so you don't forget which one is number 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Yep, just like me. There you go. Okay, now everything's in here. Now we just need to put the lid on there. If you don't like peanuts in your banana bread, or walnuts, as walnuts or peanuts are going to taste great in this. I prefer walnuts. Then you're just going to put your lid on there. Shake it up and label this dry mix for the banana bread. Ready to go. And set that onto a shelf for up to 18 months, just like that. You know, or you could seal it with your little canister vacuum, and it should last even longer. But we like ours with nuts, and we eat a lot of this around here. So we have a largemouth mason jar here, and one of these cheap little choppers from the Dollar Tree. Whole walnuts. we're going to need 1/3 of a cup for each one of these recipes. And you don't do what I just did. Like 1/3 of a cup. It's about that much. See? Like a 1/2 inch in here. And then you're just going to use this little chopper. And you're going to chop. If you try to chop too many all at once, it's not going to let you chop them. All the big pieces will just keep floating to the top. And you won't be able to chop them up. Because you want these to be pretty small. Like the size of a sunflower seed. Okay, so after you get done chopping that, add that to your mix. Damn it, Grandma just made a mess again. Motherfucker. Yep, I do it every damn time, don't I? There you go. Now, that is a recipe with nuts that's ready to go. Make sure your nuts are definitely dry, because nuts can have oil on them, which is why once you add the nuts to this mixture, it will only last you 6 months, not 18. So that's your preference. If you don't eat a lot of banana bread, add your nuts when you're getting ready to bake it instead. All right, here we go. Next. If you've never gotten a food box before and you can't afford walnuts or any nuts, go get a food box. They always have nuts. Because they're like $12 a pound at the damn store. So, definitely. And yes, that's where I get my damn nuts. Oh. Okay, give that a little stir so nothing's sticking to the bottom. And there you go. Jar number 2 ready to go. Let's add just a little bit more to that since that one was kind of heavy. There you go. Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it. I should have been using that damn funnel. Yeah. Alright, now, clean up your damn mess, because now it's time to get cooking, finally, after you've messed up the whole kitchen. Again. Oh, man, those all just hit the floor. Mother. No. No. Yeah. It does make you feel better, doesn't it? But no. But I love you. Okay, we're still going to need this, so don't get rid of this. We'll put these on your shelf until you're ready to make banana bread. So now we're going to make us some banana bread. We have 1 jar of pre-mixed banana bread stuff ready to go here. Our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. To a medium-sized bowl, I guess this is, 1 stick of butter. And yes, I know, you see, I'm doing 2 sticks of butter. That's because these are mini sticks. And they're a pain in the butt to unwrap when they're room temperature. But that's what we're doing here. Oh, yes, it's so messy. So, 1/2 cup of room temperature salted butter. And it has to be salted. Now, to that, you're going to add 2 room temperature eggs. It does make you wonder if all of the older recipes meant to have 2 room temperature eggs, because eggs were kept at room temperature. Farm fresh eggs anyways. And then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. That's a fancy potion there. Oh yeah, what else are we going to have? Because I don't remember now. Oh yeah, 3 bananas. That's right, we're making some fucking banana bread. Damn it. 3 bananas that were not sitting on your stove while you preheated your oven to 350 degrees. Because that made them very warm and they're half baked in the bag. You're going to want 3 bananas that are just about going in the garbage brown. They need to be very, very ripe or your bread will not be sweet. Now you're going to get this little chopper here. And you're going to smush all them bananas and all this butter and those eggs And as soon as those bananas get wet, they will start to turn to mush, and that is what you want. Oh, there you go. You want everything to be about the size of peanuts for the smallest pieces. Or for the biggest pieces, damn it. Now take one of your banana bread mixes right off the shelf and dump that right there on the top. And mix this together. Just stir this until the flour's moistened, but don't over stir it or your baking soda won't rise correctly. Just until it's moist. This makes 4 cups of batter. And if you got tiny bananas like mine were, it might make just a little bit less. So you're going to put 1 cup of banana bread into each one of these mini loaves. And if you want to make a whole loaf, just put it into 1 whole loaf and bake it for 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. Easy peasy. Well, our first batch is almost done. I like to do these 4 at a time, even though I can fit 8 into my oven all at once. They just don't bake quite as nice if you overcrowd the oven doing that. There you go. There you go. Oh, man, you don't want to get it on the edge. It'll drip down in the oven. Now, whichever one seems light, that's the one you're going to scrape your spatula into, just like so. Give them a little bit of a spread out to get them started here. There you go. Now we're going to bake these like this here, so they have plenty of airflow in between them. We're going to bake these for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Oh, yeah, it's nice. Okay. Ooh, it's hot. Put those right up there. Oh, those are so pretty. Okay, when these are all done baking, you're going to set them somewhere to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just enough they can sweat in the bread pan just a little bit. And just where you can touch it without burning yourself too bad. Go around the edges. Make sure they're not going to stick. Cool these on a wire rack. And then I just put them into a sandwich bag. Just like this. And you fold that little tab in there. Fold this back. And then you get an old bread bag. Just like this. And you stack them up. And you place them into the freezer. And these will last in the freezer for like 6 months at least, probably longer. Just like that. And anytime somebody wants some banana bread, you just take one of these out and let it set at room temperature for 10 minutes and ready to go. Alright. So there you go. Oh, did you get to see what one looked like when it was done baking? Because these got baked yesterday. Well, let me show you. We'll take one out of here. Take one out, pass it around. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful. And I'll crack it in half for you because, man, it smells good, too. Really smells good. There you go. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh, you see those little pieces of walnut? Oh, so beautiful. Okay, somebody's going to get a cracked one, and they're not even going to know. Look at that. Going right back in the bag. Oh, but I do always put my top facing the fold, just like that. And it helps to keep it in there nice and tight. Oh, damn it, I ripped the bag. There you go. Because you don't want to seal this up too tight, especially if it's still moist, or it'll get all stuck to the bag. So that's just perfect. Or you can leave these out at room temperature for about a week. They will be good right there on the counter for a whole week. All right. See you guys next time. Bye. Bye. Bye.
You'd be my star, and I'd be your sky.